Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the C.R. Lawrence. This is their part number 8010J0XAL. This is a replacement offset slide arm track assembly. Mortise type slide lock. Replacement track, and it's not unusual to have to purchase these. These parts do fatigue. The slide blocks fatigue. The arms can be bent or broken if it gets caught or captured in the wind or just typical use. The JO type is an offset arm assembly. Okay, where you're going to have installation where you need to use an overhead concealed closer that would be center hung, like their 20-101 M09, let's say. But you want the door to be positioned in the standard sort of inset from the pull side of the door, meaning it's inset into the frame 3/32 or so, or maybe flush, rather than the door literally being in the center of the cased opening. And this material, using the slide track, will allow you to hang your door with typical butt hinges or 3/4 inch offset pivots, again, rather than it being surface mounted. Okay, and that's where this comes in. Therefore, you can install it with, again, typical butt hinges, or you can have your door flush to the outside of the frame, or you can recess it in slightly, and it's not 3/32, it's actually 1/8 of an inch is the typical recess for that. So allows you to have a concealed overhead closer and still use traditional hanging methods, hinges basically, or pivots, offset pivots. It allows you to have a standard door where you don't have to radius the door styles over to account for the fact that you're installing a door in the center of a cased opening frame. That's where you'll see this sort of item. This track, this item is the arm itself with the track that's generally mortised into the top of the door. The JO type arm assembly includes the slide track, the offset arm, and all mounting hardware, reading from the description down below. This is obviously intended for an aluminum or metal installation, so keep that in mind. You're going to put this into a wood door installation. You'll need to come up with some, probably number 8 flathead screws. The slide track requires a minimum depth of the top rail of 7/8 for surface mounting, or is mortised into the door as well. Replacement vinyl slide block is the part number JOSB, and this is a common wear item, that slide block. With enough usage, that slide block is going to fatigue. With enough usage, it will. So we place that link there to allow you to get to that item itself. Now, moving forward, when looking at the template, you'll obtain some basic dimensional properties of this. Let's take a look at the track itself. They've got it at 15 and 5/16 overall length, and I would say that that would be accurate. They've got a depth of the track at 31/32, so basically an inch. It looks like it's ever so slightly less than that. Overall height of this track, 13/16. I'd say that that is basically correct. Looks a little shy. No, that looks about correct. Okay. The overall length of the arm, it's really not given, but let's just gauge that here on the camera. And it's not a real common installation, about 13-inch overall length. Not a real common installation to have an overhead concealed center hung with an offset arm, but it does occur. About 1 inch wide, thickness of that steel arm is about 1/4 inch. Now, the installation of this, if you're doing a new installation, you're certainly going to refer to the installation instructions that would come with the body itself to get that installed up into the header. But when it comes to the preparation in the top of the door for the track itself, having mortised for material like this in the past, you have a number of mortises happening here. This is obviously an aluminum door with an inverted top channel, where you're going to need to obviously prep the top of that door and provide a reinforcing plate to get the slide track down into. And in installing that, and you've got the proper depth of the inverted channel, which is referred to, you'll make the 2 notches in the face so that the arm can literally travel, okay, as the door is cycled open and closed. As called out, 13 5/8, 3/8 deep, 2 1/4 after that, down to 9/16. And then your C dimension is the important part, and that is going to be dependent on the degree of opening and what hardware you've used to hang the door. So a new installation is going to be, what degree of opening are you going to, 90 or 105, and then how have you hung the door? Butt hinges, 3/4 offset if it's flush to the outside of the door, or if it's slightly inset into the frame. And an inset is common, but flush is common as well. Butt hinges are just butt hinges. I would review those dimensions and take note of how the dimensions change from 90 to 105 degree. And while there's no real, if you're going to, if you know that your door is going to go past 90, you're probably going to prep it to go to 105, because you don't want the arm to hit the face. You want the door to be prepped to accommodate. Now, in the sections in the lower right-hand quadrant of the page, you'll see how they refer to the spacer, or what would really be the reinforcer, to get that slide channel down into it. And you'll have to make the preparation in that door top channel to account for the slide track. And if you're ordering material new from the factory, just give them a hardware set and have the factory prep the material for the overhead closer. Now, looking further, this arm is available in a dark bronze finish as well, because you obviously will see this as the door cycles opened and closed. And other than that, the only other arm that there is in this area would be the VO style, which would be for a 9/16 deep top rail and not the 7/8. So if your top rail is a bit shallower, you'd need the VO style. And other than that, this is a very simple and straightforward piece of hardware. This client's ordering this item because the installation that they had failed as a result of vandalism. Probably predicated by lots of abuse leading up to that. But nonetheless, arms are consumable maintenance items, and even the most robust of door closer arms will eventually fail. If you have any questions on the Sierra Lawrence 8010J0XAL offset arm assembly, or any other Sierra Lawrence product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.